What is up, guys? Today we're going to be unboxing and checking out the Galaxy S21 5G. You can pick this up for around 800 bucks, and I want to check this one out because I've kind of been getting sick of the really big phones. So this one has a 6.2 inch display, so I wanted to try the more kind of smaller one. Last year we did the plus one, and yeah, let's talk about the unboxing experience because this is so troll of just Samsung and Apple. To do this. We know Apple kicked it off, but with the whole no charger thing in the box, I think it's really stupid. It's just really crazy. I hate that Apple started that trend, and honestly, they're saying it's, you know, for the environment or whatever, but to me, I feel like these companies, there's 1,000 ways you can, you know, you can save the environment. They can come up with a lot of ways to save the environment besides taking the fast charger out of the box. Makes no sense, and I feel like they're just kind of taking advantage of maybe people that aren't, you know, so tech savvy or whatever, you know, and they're not gonna know they need a fast charger, or they just use their old, you know, slow charger, and it's just kind of stupid. So you just get the, you know, the USB-C. And here's another stupid thing with this whole decision right here. So it's not if you don't have a USB, because let me show you guys. So it's USB-C to USB-C. So what that means is you need a brick with a USB-C. Most people don't even have one of those. Your normal person, I don't even have one. So I have to use one of my old, you know, fast charging bricks. So the brick that you would have would just be a regular USB-C, USB to USB-C. So the whole thing is just a huge money grab. It's really stupid. I hate it. I feel like everybody's gonna start doing it now, and it's crazy how you spend almost $1,000 like this phone, and you get, you know, just the phone. You don't get a case. Now you don't get the charger. It's just really stupid. All right, so I'm done. So this is the Phantom. The box said Phantom Gray. This doesn't look gray at all. Let me make sure. Let me read it again. It says, yeah, it says Phantom Gray. This does not look gray. It looks black. Let's take that off. It looks really good though. This feels super solid in the hand, and for a lot of people, this is not a screen protector at all. It's just film. Yeah, this feels really good, and it is a really good size as well. So yeah, I really like the feel, even though I can tell this is plastic. Now it looks good, but I can tell it's plastic. Now the thing is, you're gonna be like feeling the metal, so it gives off the feeling that, you know, it's still anybody would think it was like a glass and metal phone, because you're feeling the metal cold touch, and it still does feel premium, but you know, it is plastic, and I guess there are benefits to plastic. I guess it's not gonna crack as easy as glass, right? But let's go ahead and go around the device real quick. Alright, so the power button is right here. You have your volume rockers, and down below we have our speaker, USB Type-C. Also note that there is no headphone jack on here as well. So let's go ahead and boot this guy up and see if you got any juice in here. And let me go ahead and set this guy up, give you guys my first impressions. I really do like this camera design. It looks really cool. I think it looks way better than I thought it was gonna look. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the display. So it's a dynamic AMOLED 120 Hz HDR10 plus display. 6.2 inches is 1080p 421 for the PPI always on display. So it's pretty interesting here because Samsung has actually downgraded the display. So instead of a, you know, 2K display or 1440p display that we're accustomed to seeing, it's now a 1080p display. Now the display still looks pretty much excellent. It is still a very high quality, very beautiful display when it comes to colors. There is no curve on the display anymore, and you do have our punch hole still in the middle. But the question is, can you tell the difference between 1080p and 1440p on this year's model? And yes, I can tell the difference, but you have to look closely. If you look closely, then you can definitely tell the difference. It's just not as sharp as, you know, a 1440p display, but it still looks really good. And 120 hertz is just super smooth on this phone, and it is really nice. So scrolling and everything just feels super smooth on here. I just absolutely love high refresh rate. It's crazy that the iPhone didn't get it. this year, even the Pro model, because it really does make a difference in the experience of just navigating through your phone with whatever you're doing on here. Alright, so this is my first time playing around with One UI 3.1 on here, and I've really enjoyed. Samsung made a lot of good decisions here with really just cleaning up One UI. This is Android 11, and it's just a really nice experience. My favorite thing, 100%, is that now instead of the whatever Samsung had over here, the Bixby, whatever it was, now you have the Google Home, which I'm 100% a fan of. It needs to be on every Android phone. And I just love that this is here. It's way more useful. Yeah, everything is just super clean now with One UI. Something I really like. So just checking out our toggles here. We got our screen recorder here. Your Samsung desktop experience. If you want to turn this phone into like a little mini desktop. We have our Dolby Atmos secure folder, NFC on here. It's a little toggles. Let's see what else we got. Live caption, music share, just your basic, standard stuff that we've always had on here. But everything is super clean now, which is something that I really like, even when you hop into these settings. So a huge, just a really appreciated update from Samsung, just cleaning up everything with One UI. I think it feels really smooth, and everything is just really quick on here. It was something that I really like. Alright guys, so on the S21 5G, you have the Snapdragon 888 and the Adreno 660 on the USA or Chinese model. The other models will have the Exynos processor on here. So Samsung also got rid of the SD card support, which really sucks because if 128 gigs is not enough, then you're not going to have enough storage on here. Now, me personally, I've never ran out of storage on my phone that I use is 7 Pro. That's my daily driver. It does not have an SD card, and I've never ran out of storage, so it's not a huge bummer. I've never used a micro SD card on any phone, so I know people that do a lot of videos and take a lot of photos. I don't, so it is kind of a bummer for those people. But as far as just gaming and stuff, as you can see, this processor is going to be a beast when playing anything. So whether you're playing Fortnite, PUBG, whatever, it's going to be just excellent. It's going to max everything out. You can see, you can go on max graphics. You can't do very high in max graphics. You can do very high with very high. But this thing is really a beast. 120 Hertz. If you play 120 Hertz games that are compatible, it is really going to show how smooth the screen is and everything. You can really appreciate it. So gaming performance on here is going to be excellent. My main thing I want to see is the phone going to get hot? Now I'm going to do a full gaming test and just keep playing games and see. But it is a little bit warm up here, but it's not super uncomfortable to the touch. Now you do have stereo speakers on this guy, so let's go ahead and max them out, see how loud they sound. So they are very loud and actually have an excellent bass presence, very good mids and highs, no distortion at all. They sound excellent as you would expect for this price point. Now let's talk about the additional features with this phone. And so you have IP68 dust and water resistance, so you can get this phone wet, it won't break immediately. Of course, you have your NFC on board as well. And you also have your face unlock, which works really well. If I can get it from behind the camera, let me see if I can do it this way. Yeah, there it is. It's very fast, and we have our fingerprint scanner, which actually feels a little bit more responsive than the last year's model. It feels pretty much almost on par with OnePlus fingerprint scanner now. It feels instant to me now anyway. But that works very fast, no issues with that. So you do have the Samsung desktop support, and one of my favorite features, the reverse wireless charging, which is always a really cool flex. So I'll go ahead and show you that, just to be able to charge another device or someone else's device. It's called wireless power share right here. So let me go ahead and grab another phone. Alright, I got the iPhone X here. Let's place it down. And boom, you can see it start charging, and it works for headphones or anything like that. So a very cool feature to have on your phone for sure. Now let's check out multitasking, because we've opened quite a bit of applications and we have 8 gigs of RAM on the base model, and you do have the option to where you can like keep open a certain application or sort of like lock it into the memory. So let's go ahead and let me go back, see if Subway Surfer's open. That's still open. So this should be a multitasking beast here. Is Call of Duty open? Yeah, still open. See, Play Store. So everything is still open. Browser. If you guys want that wallpaper, check out my site down below. You guys can go ahead and download that for yourselves. Yeah, so this is going to do great with multitasking if you're just a person that's constantly flying in and out of applications. So let's talk about those cameras real quick, and of course I'll be covering more of this phone more in detail, so be sure to let me know what you guys want to see. But I have a triple camera setup. It's a 12 megapixel standard, 64 megapixel telephoto, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide. You have 8K video, and you also have a 10 megapixel selfie camera that can also shoot in 4K as well. So let's check out the camera application. You have single take, video, more. Let's see what we have here. We have a whole bunch of settings here. AR, doodle, super slow-mo, director's view as well. Oh, that's pretty cool. Hold on, let's go back. We should have the pro mode on here. Your night mode, which we will check out here. Big Sweet Vision, AR zone, all that stuff. Video, you can go all the way up to 8K. So how crazy is that on this phone? So the camera layout is pretty, the standard layout. So let's just talk about the photos. So I really enjoyed taking photos on here. Just a little time that I spent with it. You get some really, really nice looking photos. Very high detail, excellent dynamic range. The ultra wide surprisingly is really good. It keeps detail. It does not look significantly worse than the main lens, and it's just takes excellent photos. Now, one thing you will get like these oversaturated kind of like classic Samsung image processing, where it kind of makes everything more vibrant and true to life. A lot of these pictures weren't this colorful. If you take an image in a dark area, it'll bump the ISO up and like make everything brighter and greener and stuff like that, which a lot of people like. I guess it looks good, on Instagram or whatever. It does look more appealing, but it does not look true to life. You want the more true to life experience, you have to go to the pro mode and tweak it to get that certain shot that you want. But just these stills are really great. The 30x zoom is kind of cool, but you lose a lot of detail. And just the photos so far are great white balance. I was just really impressed with the cameras on here. Alright guys, here is the video quality. This is just the 4K, because my computer won't be able to edit the 8K for sure, but it's super windy outside as well. You guys can see what everything, it looks really good, guys. Let me come out to the ultra wide. And let's go to the depth sensor here, or not the zoom. This is 3x zoom. It still looks really good. Alright guys, here is the video indoors. As we can see, it's not an 8K. I'm in 4K right now, because my computer will blow up if I try to edit in 4K, and not in 4K but 8K. Yeah, so it looks good, no problems here. Let me know how the mic quality sounds here. And I can come out to ultra, go in with the depth. So it looks pretty good. Now you have a 4,000 milliamp battery with 25-watt fast charging. You also have wireless charging and of course the reverse wireless charging. Battery life is something that I'm gonna have to test out, but I've been watching it drain and it looks like it can definitely be an all day phone. Now the thing is that with 5G, I'm not sure because we don't have 5G in this area, but I feel like the downgrade in resolution should help with battery life for sure. So I'm 100% sure it should be an all-day phone. And I know the 120 hertz isn't running all the time. I believe there is a setting that you can do to force it to run to 120 hertz, so we'll check that out. But yeah, so this phone has been pretty cool for my first impressions. I really like some of the moves Samsung made. I'm not sure about the downgrade with the display. I really love displays, so that's why I was kind of iffy. And the plastic back, it just doesn't feel as premium as glass, but it's not gonna break as easily. So it really depends on the person, if you care about it or not. A lot of people are gonna throw a case on it anyway, so I'm not sure about that. But yeah, what do you guys think about the S20? Be sure to let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.